Station 22 Whiskey Bravo, launch ground cleared to Greensboro, Fort filed. Climb maintain 5,000, expect level 200, set departure. Departure frequency 18.25, squawk 1376.
Okay, good morning everybody. It is our, I guess, 6-month anniversary here on our channel, and we should be just about crossing over 3,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate it. If you guys are loving these videos, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like, and I would really appreciate that. So every 6 months we got to go over to Greensboro to get some maintenance done on the aircrafts, and the first flight I ever filmed was going to Greensboro, so we're going to film this one going over to Greensboro too. So enjoy the ride, right seats open. We'll be at 20,000 feet, a 30-minute flight. Good morning, Wilmington Ground, Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, Aero Center with Quebec for taxi.
Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, Wilmington Ground, runway 24, taxi at Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, cross runway 17 at Charlie.
Runway 24, Alpha, Charlie, Bravo, cross 17 at Charlie, 2 Whiskey Bravo. Good day. Always great service at Aero Center. We've been here for a little over a year and a half now, and if you're ever in the Wilmington area, stop on in at Aero Center. Let me know you're going to be here, and I'll come out and say hi to you. As you can see, the weather here in Wilmington is starting to close in, but we're going to get out just in time. The weather over Greensboro should be nice. And now that I'm out here on the taxiway looking at it, it doesn't look too bad, just some light rain way out there. But we should be off the ground before it gets here. Exterior lights are on recogs. Brakes I checked on the way out. Nose wheel steering is obviously working. Flight instruments, everything's in the green. We're set up direct block, climbing to 5,000. We should be on heading and takeoff mode. Alright, we are clear left and clear right, crossing runway 7 at Charlie, 17 at Charlie. Rudder bias test complete, taxi checks complete. Before takeoff, ice protection systems. I just flew yesterday, we checked everything on the way in. We're going to check it on the way over to Greensboro also. We don't need them on the ground. Passenger seats, I have no passengers on board today. Flaps are 15, indicating 15 with numbers. Speed brakes are retracted and confirmed retracted. We're clear of the runway, lights coming off. Trims are 1, 2, 3 centered. Go around button is pushed. We're on heading and takeoff mode, climbing to 5,000. And our clearance was 5,000, flight level 200 in 10 minutes, 1825 and 1376. Crew briefing. So VFR departure off of runway 24.
Short of Bravo.
Any
citation on Bravo.
Any Prowler 496 at full abort, full braking, speed brakes up, power levers to idle. Anything after 96 will take into the air at 99. If it's a
Bravo Charlie Alpha cross 1.
emergency requiring us being on the ground, we'll return here. Otherwise, we're taking anything to Greensboro because we're going for maintenance anyway, so they can look at it for us over there. And minimum safe altitude around here is 3,200 feet. I do not have to burn off any fuel since it's just me going. And I'm carrying 3,600 pounds on board, which is a lot just to go over to Greensboro, but it just means I don't need to buy fuel when they're done over there. I should burn about 800 to 900 pounds going over to Greensboro. Crew briefing complete, awaiting takeoff clearance. Good morning, Wilmington Tower, Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, ready for departure 24.
Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, 1 star Roger, hold short runway 24, landing traffic.
Hold short at 24, 2 Whiskey Bravo. It's hard to believe I've been making videos for 6 months now. They've gotten a little easier, but they still take time. But I've been enjoying sharing my experiences with you. Let me know if there's something in particular that you want to see, and I'll see if I can get it into videos. My next, I have a video series I think that's coming up that's going to be 3 separate things about flight planning and the walk around and starting engines and then the actual flight. And I'm going to break that up into 3, hopefully have that out in the next 2 or 3 months.
Cessna 461 to right at Golf, contact ground point 9er.
Right at Golf and then switching it to ground 23461.
Citation 2, Whiskey Bravo, traffic 3 mile final Cirrus, fly, we're heading runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 24, clear for takeoff, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
1, 2, 3, 4 switches. Clear left, clear right. This Cessna's clear of the runway. Ice protection systems don't need. Pedostatics are on. Exterior lights are on. And engine instruments, everything is still green at 29 volts. There's a little bit of weather in front of us there. See a 2-4. Let's go. Takeoff, power is set. Achieved, 2 good engines. Airspeeds are alive on both sides. 70 knot cross check. V1, rotate. Positive rate, landing gears coming up. We're ready, V2 plus 10. Good. We'll go yaw dampener, VNAV, flight level change. We'll do a little hand flying here today.
And we're 9 holding short of 6 miles.
Hey, for 9, roger. Citation 2, Whiskey Bravo, contact departure, good day.
Or departure, have a good day, Whiskey Bravo. Good morning, departure, citation 282, Whiskey Bravo, 1,500, climbing 5,000, runway heading, looking for a right turn.
November 282, Whiskey Bravo, Wilmington departure radar, contact, turn right direct, block intersection, climb maintain 10,000.
Climb maintain 10,000, right turn, direct block, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
November 275, Juliet Mike, Wilmington approach, wind altimeter 3011, climb maintain at 9,000, turn right, or correction, ident.
Always good to get a little bit of hand flying in. I don't do much when the passengers are on board. Got a little bit of rain going on right now. Temperature 27,
November
so we shouldn't get any icing.
Contact 3 miles southwest of Avalos Airport.
You know,
turn right
if you
direct,
don't
Collins.
if you don't hand fly in IMC, you really, what I've noticed is you lose those skills, especially jumping into my plane, which has a normal 6-pack and an autopilot that doesn't work as well
November 2 Whiskey Bravo, area of light spawner precipitation, 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in 4 miles, about 10 miles in diameter, and it's slowly moving eastbound.
2 Whiskey Bravo, thank you, we're ready out of it in VMC.
Especially switching over to
November 2 Whiskey Bravo, roger, contact Washington Center 135.3.
35-3, have a good day, 2 Whiskey Bravo. Washington Center, citation 282, Whiskey Bravo, 6,500, climbing 10,000, direct block.
November 282, Whiskey Bravo, Washington Center, climb maintain flight level 180.
Climb maintain flight level 180 to Whiskey Bravo.
American 1643,
All right, let's
contact
do the after takeoff checklists here. Landing gear is up with no lights. Flaps are 0, indicating 0. Throttles are in the climb detent. Passenger safety switch can come off.
190.
Exterior lights as required. Pressurization is climbing. Air conditioners already on low. After takeoff checklist complete.
6025.
So it's still raining outside, but we need to put icing protection systems on when the RAT is 10 degrees or lower, so we're still good here. As I was saying, like when I jump from this plane that has the beautiful Garmin 3000 avionics and an autopilot that works fantastically into my plane that has like an old Century autopilot and a 6-pack, it takes me a second when I get into the clouds to just get my scan back, because obviously the scan in here is a little different than scanning a 6-pack. I mean, with a flight director, it's almost like playing a video game in here. But we love the Garmin 3000 avionics. It makes It makes everything so much easier. And it's definitely made your situational awareness over the years so much better. I do appreciate you guys joining me once again. It's, like I was saying earlier, it's weird to think that I've had the channel up for only 6 months and we have over 3,000 subscribers already and we're growing. I love sharing my flights with you, and just keep the comments coming. Let me know what you'd like to see, and we'll see what we can do about it.
Alright, 282 Whiskey Bravo, flight by my troop, back to military space, 5 ready to copy.
Go ahead, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Alright, 2 Whiskey Bravo, you're clear direct RAFO, Romeo, Alpha, Echo, Foxtrot, Oscar, then direct block, rest of route unchanged, climb maintain flight level 200.
Clear direct RAFO, block, rest of the route unchanged, climb maintain flight level 200, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Okay, yep, when the military airspace is active over near Fayetteville, they always send you to block. So we're going to come up here. I mean, they send you to RAFO. So we're going to go block, insert V4, RAEFO, enter, and we'll go direct on that. And zoom out here, and you can see that keeps us away from the restricted area up near Fayetteville.
T-Mont 6025, cross drone at 11,000, Norfolk altimeter 3000.
Right, we just passed flight level 180, so let's go back to checklists. We did our altimeter set to standard, recogs are off, guard, and pressurization is still climbing. Descent checklist is next. Probably hear a little bit of humming on the video here. That is our windshield bleed air valve leaking a little bit. All right, so we are in the clouds below 6 degrees. We're going to turn the engines on and just monitor, engine heats on and just monitor right now. So that's our bleed air windshield valve leaking a little bit, and it's one of the things Textron's going to take a look at for us when we get over here.
And we're 282 Whiskey Bravo, I actually have one more fix for you.
2 Whiskey Bravo, go ahead.
2 Whiskey Bravo, after RAFO, then clear direct Sandhills, Sierra Delta Zulu, direct block for the block 2.
RAFO, Sandhills, block, and the block 2, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Free back, correct, thank you.
Okay, we're going to go insert after and put in Sandhills, Sierra Delta Zulu, enter. And now you can see that up there. And since we're here, we're just going to go ahead and turn all of the, including the tail on, just to make sure everything's working while we're bringing over. If we have any problems with the icing, then we'll just have icing instruments or anti-ice and de-ice ice protection system. If we have any problems with the ice protection systems now, we'll just have Textron take a look at it while we're over there. I don't anticipate any. We've used the ice protection systems on our last 3 or 4 flights here, and as you can see, we're in full cruise power right now at 20,000 feet with all the ice protection systems on, and we're barely doing 260 knots. We might creep up on VMO, but with the ice protection systems on, you know, it's taking bleed air off the engine for all of those systems.
Echo, Foxtrot, Oscar, then direct Charlotte, rest of route unchanged.
So it's taking a little bit of power away from the engine. When you have engines only on, it takes a lot less. So generally, when we're in icing conditions, we turn the engines on first till we see any icing building up, and I can see, I'm not sure if the windshield camera is picking it up, but I can see liquid moisture and a little bit of icing. Like I'll put right down here, there's a little bit of icing on the windshield. So with that, we are going to go ahead and turn on the windshield bleed airs. On low, that'll get rid of the humming. And now we've got everything on. skimming the tops of the clouds here. Looks like we're about to break out, and it should be pretty nice the rest of the way here to over to Greensboro. We're going to shut off the windshield bleed air since we have no more icing on the windshields and we're out of the clouds. I'm going to go back down to engines only while we're skimming the clouds here. As I was saying before, we usually turn engines only on until we see ice build up on the wings or the windshields, then we turn everything else on. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the cameras off here while we're at 20,000 feet, and I'll turn them back on the arrival procedure into Greensboro. I just want to make sure that I've got enough camera battery life to film the rest of the flight. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we just went through a cloud here.
Morning, Washington, Southwest.
Picking up a little icing, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the windshield bleed airs to get rid of this. We're skimming the clouds. We were just given cross block at 12,000. We've got a minute and 30 seconds till that shows up. So I just came down here and I punched in block at 12,000 in the GTCs. And the computers automatically figure out that I should start down in a minute and 20 seconds. We just passed Rafo.
Riverjet 507, contact
on the way to Sand Hills.
353, Riverjet 507.
Spirit Wing 710, contact Washington Center 121.87. Spirit Wing 710, contact Washington Center 121.87.
It's the 1 minute till top of descent. We've already picked up, we have Atis Hotel that we're landing on 23 left and right.
No status one more time. Envoy 3530, I have just a tiny bit of routing for you when you're ready.
Alright, procedure, we're going to set up for 23 left, ILS 23 left here.
Just hang on. Envoy 3530, I've got some routing for you when you're ready.
Vectors.
Envoy 3530, it's just a little bit. On Q430, we don't need to go all the way to Rifle. So Q430 to Fleet, and after Fleet, direct to Martha's Vineyard.
1089.
Alright, on Q430, we'll stop at Fleet, and then direct Martha's Vineyard on 3530.
Go ahead and load that.
Spirit Wing 710, contact Washington Center 121.87.
Starting on down. Let's go home. Performance, landing data. 23 left.
Mentor's. 175, Columbus 230.
Boosting 5314, Washington Center, calling and maintain total
2,500 feet.
270, 5314.
And we've got numbers. So let's start our
Good morning, clear 42, 77, 242, 270.
Meter 4277, Washington Rider.
Fox on low. Defog systems are on. Bleed airs are on. We're going to shut, actually bleed airs are off. We're going to go ahead and turn those on because I'm getting tired of this humming.
Number 107, contact Atlanta Center 124.42.
2442.
Fuel balance, we are balanced. Pressurization, landing field elevation 926 is good.
Southwest 3766, descend and maintain flight level 330.
Recaps are on. Approach checklist is next.
Avello 391, Washington Center guard. Avello.
A little bit of rain. We're going to go through around the block area. It looks like it's just more high.
Yes, Q430, FLAPE, and then
high moisture ridden clouds.
Then direct to the field.
Measure Fleet, and then the VOR, and then the field.
Thanks for double checking.
Now that the temperature is above 12 degrees, we don't need any of the icing equipment off. I have it all, on. We have it all off. Except for the bleed airs. The bleed airs help in not fogging the windshield up when the plane comes from cold to high dew point areas where the temperature and dew point spread.
Number 282 Whiskey Bravo, contact. Actually, before you go, There is a moderate precipitation right over the block waypoint, 15 miles in diameter. And contact Greensboro, approach 126.6.
26.6, have a good day, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Good day.
Greensboro approach, citation 282 Whiskey Bravo 13000 across block 12000 with hotel.
Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, Greensboro approach on timer 3010, descend and maintain 7000.
3010 down to 7000 to Whiskey Bravo.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, expect runway 23 left.
And we'll expect 23 left, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Down to 7,000, we're going to come out of VNAV mode and go vertical speed.
5,500.
Down 2,000 feet a minute.
Time is 369 Kilo Bravo, roger, thank you.
And we already set up for 23 left. The Textron Service Center is on the east side of the airport, and that's what they usually give us, so we appreciate getting
Number 1 Julie call, contact me on my frequency 126.6.
A little bit of weather, but it's clear up here. Still raining. I think you can probably catch that on the windshield cameras.
360 and 2435 for 842.
Textron's going to have our plane for about 10 days, and I'm just renting a car and driving back to Wilmington. 30-minute car ride over, 30-minute plane ride over, 3-hour car ride back. And let's go ahead and start briefing this approach. Slowing to 250 knots now. We already got the ATIS, so tower is going to be 19.1. Ground is 21.9. ILS frequency 109.3 is already in. It hasn't identified it yet, but with 234 inbound, we have our white needle showing that already. We're expecting 2,900 feet at Brand. Or no, 2,729 feet at Brand, because we'll already be on the glide slope, and decision altitude is 1089, which is dialed in right here. Touchdown zone is 889 feet, and the approach lighting system is an ALSF and a PAPI. The missed approach is climbed to 1300, then a left turn to 3100 direct to the Greensboro VOR and hold, and continue to climb in the hold. We should not need any of this, as it should be a visual approach, and it looks pretty clear out there at the moment.
Greensboro low, American 1895, 11000. American 1895, Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3010. 3010.
While we're here, I'm going to check the windshield alcohol. Hopefully the back camera will pick this up. I like to, we never use it actually, you know, it's a backup system for the windshield heat, but you never know it's working unless you try it, and I usually try it coming over to Greensboro because they will refill the bottle for me, and hopefully you can see it squirting up there on the windshield, so it is still working. Shut that back off. I generally, we tested all the icing equipment, including the alcohol. I do that every time we come over. Again, they're working on the airplane, so the more you can find that's wrong, the more you get fixed while you're here and don't have to have others look at it. Greensboro is our closest service center, but we've gotten to know everybody over here at Greensboro pretty well, and they've always done great work for us, and we've never seen a reason to take it anywhere else. We've had a few things done in Tampa, but the only reason we've done that is because I go down to Tampa for recurrent training. So we'll occasionally come down for recurrent training and let them do a little bit of work on the plane while we're going through recurrent training, and they've always done great by us too. I definitely have to rave about the Textron support for the CJ3. It's been amazing. And now that we are under 10,000 feet level here, let's do approach checklist, passenger safety switch. It's on seatbelt, landing data is confirmed. We've got numbers 110 and 102. Avionics and flight instruments, we are already set up.
132.35, have a good day, activity.
for the ILS 23 left, even though it'll be a visual. Fuel transfer is off and we're balanced. Exterior lights are on recogs. Passenger briefing, I don't have any passengers. Seats and seat belts are secure. Messages, no messages, so before landing checklist is next. Now we got Greensboro in sight, just a little bit off our right there. It's a little hazy, so you can expect a turn probably to like 060 and a descent down to 4,000 here shortly.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, turn right heading 055, vector final approach course, contact approach 124.35 today.
2435 and heading 055, have a good day. 2 Whiskey Bravo.
2435.
Greensboro citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, 7000, turning right 055.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, Roger.
And since we're on a vector now, we'll go home procedure, activate vectors to final, and it'll give our inbound green needles. I'm going to start slowing us down here some because the Greensboro Airport is just off my left and there's no reason to go zipping through here at 250 knots, and I'm just going to have to slow down and come back anyway, so we'll slow it down to 230 knots. And then probably 200 as we're passing.
Number 080, flight heading as 360 vector for airspace.
360, 080.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, reduce speed to 210, then descend and maintain 4,000.
Reduce to 210, then descend and maintain 4,000, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
And put 4,000 in here, we're just about 210, we'll come down 2,500 feet a minute. We're basically on a really high.
Track 491, contact Charlotte approach on 128.32.
Use the speed brakes here to stay at 210 knots. We're basically on a really high left downwind.
And 2 Whiskey Bravo has the airport in sight.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, roger.
1,000 to go, leaving 5, descending 4. See, they've got somebody shooting an approach, or somebody lined up with the localizer right now, just off our left side.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, reduce speed to 190.
Reduce to 190, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, turn left heading 320.
Left turn 320, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
A little bit of a hazy day, but I still have the airport in sight this far out.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, and cleared visual approach runway 23 left.
Cleared visual, runway 23 left, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and come down to 2,900 feet.
Number 08 Whiskey, clear direct back lead, rejoin your navigation.
And we're going to go ahead and set approach. So Clyde Slope just disappeared, should be coming alive here soon. We're going to go ahead and go for 15. Speed checks are under 200 knots.
Autopilot.
We have localizer alive, and Clyde Slope is alive.
Number 53080, contact Roanoke approach 118.15.
Localizer capture. One dot above glide slope, landing gear is coming down. 1, 2, 3 greens, no reds. Speed checks under 161 knots. flaps 35 on glide pins capture, flaps 35, power coming back. And before landing, tech checklist is landing gear is down. Got 3 greens, no reds, flaps at 35 and indicating 35. Go around altitude is 3,100 feet. Airspeed cross checks, I see 139 both sides, passenger safety switch.
And 2 Whiskey Bravo's Brant inbound.
Number 2 Whiskey Bravo, contact tower 119.1.
Over to tower, have a good day, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Got to hand us off.
Morning, Greensboro Tower, citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, visual 23 left.
Citation 282 Whiskey Bravo, Greensboro Tower, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Runway 23 left, clear to land, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Passenger safety switch and landing lights on before landing checklist is complete.
Cessna 842, squawk and maintain VFR while in the pattern.
Squawk VFR. Sorry, 842.
500.
Gear down, 3 green, no red, pressurization's 0.2, yaw dampener is disengaged. And we basically have a 13 knot headwind here, a little bit off the right side.
Minimums.
Continue.
Cessna 842, wind 230 at 10, runway 23 left, clear for the option.
23 left, clear for the option. 842.
It's a nice landing.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, stay parking.
We're going to Textron Service Center, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Citation 2 Whiskey Bravo, turn left at Mike 1, taxi to the service center, or Textron via Mike Charlie, monitor ground, point 9, good day.
Mike 1, Mike Charlie, monitor ground, you have a good day, 2 Whiskey Bravo.
Thank you.
Well, that was a great flight. Thank you guys for coming along. Sit right seat over here.
390 Whiskey Greensboro.
Hope you enjoyed the flight. It was pretty quiet.
300 runway.
Always like it.
Left, clear for takeoff.
The way we like it. And I'm clearing the runway here. Lights coming off, flaps coming up. And thanks for coming along, guys, and we'll see you on the next flight.